My name is Charlene Haydorn, and I'm the founder of Redeeming Love. And we provide long-term housing and comprehensive services for victims of sex trafficking here in Southern California. Just this year alone in the U.S., there have been 4,177 cases of sex trafficking that have been reported. But I think what's maybe even just as staggering of a statistic is the fact that there are less than 600 placements in safe, specialized shelters available to serve their unique needs. Every day, in every state in the U.S. and in nearly every community, men and women and boys and girls are being held against their will as slaves and being sold for sex. Traffickers are targeting young people as early as 11, 12, and 13 years of age. They will spend a very deliberate and lengthy amount of time manipulating them and grooming them to gain control, eventually abusing them, raping them, gang raping them, and until literally the human spirit is utterly broken, and essentially they become slaves with invisible chains. And if a victim is fortunate enough to get out of their trafficking situation, the depth of their wounds and their traumas are so profound that to be able to navigate a path toward recovery without the assistance of others is virtually impossible. So I think what's been the hardest part of this process over the past 3 years as we've been working to open up our home has been the amount of calls that I've received from young women asking if we have a place and if we have an opening for them to come. And it's been really hard to tell them no, that we don't. And you know, recently there was a young woman who we couldn't help in our own shelter, but we tried to find placement for her. But in a day and a half that it took to find a place for her to go, her trafficker still had access to her and continued to manipulate her, and ultimately she went back to him. And you know, that to me was, you know, is an example of things that are happening every day in so many cases across the country. But we are so excited to be able to share that we finally have the keys to our first place, and that we will be able to be providing additional housing and comprehensive services with trauma-informed care to victims of sex trafficking in Southern California. But we did not get here alone. We got here being carried on the shoulders of so many who have invested in this, who have believed in this, and who have assumed responsibility for this. And this is just the beginning. There's so much more work to be done. There's so many more girls who need a place to go. And so we can't do this alone. And we need others to continue to shoulder that with us. But we're so excited about where the future is going.